Did this man fake glove touch Beneil Dariush? When this fight first happened and he ended up getting the finish and he was added to UFC 3, a lot of people very mad. Of course, who I'm talking about is right here, Alexander Hernandez, who's fighting this weekend. And there was he had gotten an early finish, but it was a bit of controversy because people had believed that he had fake glove touched Dariush. And, he did kind of come out at him, watching it back. He did kind of just run at him. And I will say, you're kind of probably good to assume that a dude who's rushing at you isn't looking to fake glove touch. He also did mocap for himself, so he has a lot of his animations for his jab and his crosses and whatnot. It's actually his mocap. He actually mocapped these himself over at EA. And I want to see more fighters do that for themselves. And we're not going to take too long here, obviously, end cycle game, but level 4 cross. Not too bad in the boxing department. I'm pretty sure he has really solid wrestling. Kicking-wise, not the craziest thing. Body spinning side kick is nice. And, yeah, we're just going to head on over to ranked championships and try to get like 1 or 2 fights, depending how long the first one is. But, yeah, he's an alright pick. The mocap stuff is cool with him. He's a decent 4-star fighter, excuse me. And not too crazy in the submission, so I'm going to look forward to using Alexander Hernandez. And the fact that, he did mocap, something that more fighters should do more often. Alrighty, to be expected. Now everybody swears is their favorite fighter. Of course, Dustin Poirier. Not an ideal matchup, but we do have 5 rounds to work. So I'm going to try to work to the best of our abilities. The only weird thing with the mocap strikes is that you got to kind of get accustomed to the strike ranges and whatnot. So, yeah. Also, the beta inputs have it's definitely screwed what I tried to do. So, I'm going to try to just throw the jab out, feint, try to get him down. Nope, couldn't get him down. It's going to be really hard to take down Dustin, especially because, yeah, of course, slip hooker. Especially with the way the game works, right? I really would have liked for a lot more people in the community to be more vocal. I've said it for 2-3 years that the takedown input needs to be separate from the checking input. I've said that pretty much I would have liked, or at the very least, the takedown denial to be separate from low block. And I don't feel that enough has been said on that point, because using a grappler like this, my best, not to say that Dustin can't defend himself off his back, but my better avenue to victory would be trying to grapple. And I remember in UFC 3, it was cool because, the GA actually mattered with denying the takedown against the low single. Other takedowns, not so much after takedown counters. But at the very least, it was cool that, if you got full GA and you were able to trigger the low ankle pick, it was pretty much almost a given with any quality grappler, especially one like Khabib. But we just got to play smart. We got to play at a smart range with Mr. Hernandez, because we cannot get into a firefight with Dustin at all. We got to just make our reads. But this is the... This is the usual counter. Some people will say try hard, but this is more of the footsies. You see that every single time I try to close range, he's just trying to back up ever so slightly, right? And trying to do like little subtle counters, like the side kicks. That's a side kick, side steps. Trying to go for just 2 shots, not extending himself too much. And a lot of fuzzy blocking too, which is already, you see that it's just fuzzy blocking. So we're going to stick to 1 shot. 2 shot. Feint the body tip. See, he's just waiting for us to overcommit. Because we cannot afford to try to go combo happy with Alexander Hernandez. Because what happens is, and a lot of players don't realize this, is that when you overextend yourself in this game and your short-term stamina is low, right? And your opponent starts to plant and rip a 2 or 3-piece combination, they have the advantage, especially if they have a power advantage in landing more damage, decent round. And this is where you'll see a lot of people, quote unquote, they kind of run. They try to run the entire time. They're not going to try to lead the dance at all. They're going to only play on the counter. And they're going to be really insistent on playing this way for the entirety of the 5 rounds. So you got to kind of make do what you can do. But I always felt that part of why that works. Oh my gosh. I tried to go an uppercut. No! Right? Part of why that works is because the game handhelds the defense for average players, right? I'm going to do a body tip. It kind of like, if you know that your low block is going to do 3 jobs for you, right? It's going to check a kick, it's going to block punches or block body kicks or potentially catch a body kick, right? And stop takedowns. You have a little bit less to worry about, and it'll be a little bit easier for you on the defensive side when you have the better matchup on paper. And trying to work with Hernandez is, Jesus, a terror to try to work through. Right, we got to just win the short shots. Short shots. That's what we got to do. Body kick. Lands clean for Dustin. He's got to do a lot of work. We can't afford to get impatient. This is where I love the real impact system. Like, it's really hard to go back to playing UFC 4. I saw Goat was streaming. I'm like, God bless you, brother, because it's hard to go back. It's really hard to go back. Now he's going to be drawing out the slip hooks. And this guy's already shown us his card, right? Forward slip hooks. He's going to try to go pull on pull with the uppercuts. He also, just recently tried to go forward slip cross. Maybe to try to catch me if I try to pull. And then it's just the gradual pressure. Having Dustin, you're like, knowing that when that shot lands, it's going to do damage. Oh, come on! Turns into a body. The body turns into a knee and allows him to land that slip cross. That's great. That's great. Oh, yeah. It's okay. It's okay, though. This is where it's really important, the final minute of the fight, to not try to rush and trying to get one back. Oh, fuck, he denied it. Is he smart? Or like trying to get one back. If you try to do that, you put yourself at more of a risk to get knocked down, especially if you don't let your head out for cover, and you don't have a fighter with the necessary boxing pedigree to get it back in blood off rip. Jab body spinning side kick, because why not? Go slip cross. That's it. Just back up. Just back up. All right. And for those of you who don't know, right, for this weekend, he's fighting against. Well, it's not this weekend. It's next weekend. I don't know why I'm saying this weekend. There's no fight night this weekend. I don't think there's any fight nights this weekend. But for next weekend, right? He's going against Bill Algeo. Is it Algeo? Somebody correct me if I said it wrong. Obviously, he's not in the game. And I'll be honest with you, I haven't watched any of his fights. But I know with Hernandez, I've seen a bit of it. He's tough. The dude is tough, He's like 3-1 in his last 4. I know he lost a split decision. No. To Andre Philly. There we go. Has he only been finished by submission, I believe, early in his career. Since then, he's only lost decisions. But he's been around in the UFC since, I think, 2020. As we get this guy down. So, the very, very, very tough and game opponent. I don't know if the fight is scheduled to be at lightweight or featherweight. I think it might be featherweight. If that's the case, is Hernandez going to be his first fight? I'm thinking about. Oh, you're gonna get up? Okay, that's cool. All right, he's gonna start pressing hard. Cause I remember he made featherweight, and he made featherweight and he lost to Billy Q, right? He got TKO'd by Billy Q. So the featherweight decision, like this fight being at featherweight, I'm intrigued. I could swear. I swear. I swear I thought the fight was gonna be a lightweight. Like, I'm thinking about it now. I know all jail fights at featherweight, but bro, get that whack ass slip hook out of here. God damn. You got somebody with high level boxing, and this is, oh my gosh, the fishing is real. See, players like this are what make the game stay, yo. Do something else. Jálate, mamá huevo. Just like, all right, I'm just gonna start moving my head and just throwing out elbows, and hopefully I'll catch you. It just goes back to the discussion about making things relatively more skill based, right? There is obviously a skill gap in comparison to most players. I think people forget there's 22 million people that play this game, right? So the top 100 and whatnot and ranked, or ranked is the people outside there that don't play too much. Obviously the top competitive leagues were part of a relatively small percentage of players that can play the game correctly. But even so, oh, come on. Fuck off. Even so, it can get really, stale at certain points when it doesn't matter who the guy's using. He'll play the exact same way with little forward slip hooks and pull elbows, and guarantee, I'm surprised he hasn't tried a slip straight lead overhand, but we've dominated that round. We've definitely dominated that round, and that's definitely worthy of a 10-8. Definitely worthy of a 10-8. Round 4. Yeah, I don't know how. I don't really have any assessment. You fucker. I don't know. Something. I smell fishy. It smell. You see, that's a fake glove touch. Smelled fishy. Yeah, this guy's on full panic mode. This is desperation. Oh, you are desperate, Boris. Freaking Boris something. Oh yeah. The hard fishing, the 1-2 head kick, trying to go for like the little block break there. Now just fucking about to bust his. Oh my gosh. The desperation is leaking. What are you doing, bro? This is a pathetic form of striking. Come on, let me pound you out real quick. Toma. Se jodió el tipo. Brother. Something else. Why is he... Bro! How are you saying? Like, why are you orthodox with Dustin? Alright, at least he didn't rage quit. Alright. That's a confusing fight. But I'm going to say no respect for your fake glove touching shenanigans. Even though it was against the accused fake glove toucher, Alexander Hernandez. Again, I don't really have too much of a assessment for this bout when it happens. I honestly just saw, hey, this guy's he's in the game. I remember the controversy around him when he beat somebody who's still a top ranked to lightweight. You know, whether he fake glove touched him or not, that's solely up to y'all. He says he didn't fake glove touch him. That's how he starts all his fights. He went to bull rush him, and they do say protect yourself at all times. And yeah, I remember when he got humbled by Donald Cerrone too, and people were very happy about that because of the stuff he was saying in the press conference. But I don't know what's going to happen between him and Bill. I just want to throw out a little showcase as UFC 5 gets closer. Maro 17, I appreciate y'all. I am out of here.